So it's that time of year where I switch over from my winter tires, not real aggressive snow tires, but just winter tires, to stock tires that came on the truck, which really do not have any grip in the snow. And I actually just bought a set of steel wheels that the base model came with. Now this is an XLT, so I have these nice aluminum wheels, and I really hate that hideous silver, so I got some Plastidip and shot them. I got the gray. This is actually can of black. I thought black wouldn't match quite as well as gray does, and it actually, if you look quick, almost doesn't really stick out too bad. But that silver was just too hideous for me to live with. And this is after 2 years, 2 winters. Had it on just little bits. I got a hole in it, something got stuck in the tire and they had to patch it, so that's why there's that gap right there where they had to move the weight because of the patch they put in, and obviously taking the tire off and put it back on ripped some of the Plastidip off, but otherwise it's actually stood up incredibly well. I'll show you the other side, the other front tire, and it's also doing very well. And there's minor little dings, a couple places, but quick look, driving by, nobody's ever going to notice the difference. So if you live where it snows, and that's the other thing, people have always said, oh, why didn't you get 4? Well, I don't need 4. For years I had a Ford Focus, drove it all over upstate New York and Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and through the mountains, almost always on the snowiest days of the year. And all I ever did was put 2 snow tires on the front, and that car went through anything. The traction control, the stability control, and the ABS will not allow the vehicle to swap ends. And I would know, I've gone all over mountains and hundreds and hundreds of miles, and almost always got called out to go work at random airports, upstate Vermont and New Hampshire and Maine and upstate New York, on the snowiest days of the year, because that's when pilots don't want to fly, and that was my job, was to go drive. And that car went through anything. It got stuck once out of all the years I drove it, all the miles I drove it. And the Maverick has all of the same traction control, stability control, ABS, because this is based on the Ford Focus, and it also is a little bit taller than the Ford Focus. And I've driven this through 2 winters. Last winter wasn't ridiculously bad. This current winter we had a little bit more snow, and not even real knobby, grippy, super do tires, just more aggressive than the tread that Ford gives you on the Continentals. This truck has never gotten stuck, and it's pulled through everything and driven just fine. And I could go for more aggressive ones, but these were cheap and is what I needed at the time. And having the regular old Continentals on the back, the vehicle figures it out, and I've never had a problem with it. So there's how to deal with that horrible, ugly silver, and also how to have better driving if you do live someplace with snow. Now, if you're up in the mountains, this is only front-wheel drive. This is the hybrid. If you live in the mountains and where it snows, yeah, you probably need the all-wheel drive. But anywhere else, this will do you. Anything you need, just the front tires.